Today is e-bike versus the wind. Now it might not seem very windy to you at the moment, partly because I've got the wind muff on the GoPro, and also I'm in a bit of a sheltered area and the wind is pretty much behind me. However, later on I'll turn into the wind and then I'll see how my e-bike helps out. Okay, I'm about 7 kilometers into the ride and this is where I turn into the wind. However, first I've got the small obstacle of a little hill to go up. I've just taken the dead cat off of the GoPro. That's this little foam box and it stops the wind affecting the microphone. I've taken it off in order that you can hear the wind as well as I can, or I hope you'll be able to. I'm now 15 kilometers into my ride and I'm riding almost directly into the headwind. I've got the e-bike set on its maximum setting, 250 watts, but I'm cruising along at about 25 kilometers an hour and my heart rate is nearly 140 beats per minute. The wind has eased off a little bit at the moment, probably only about 20 miles an hour, but I'm expecting a gust of wind any minute. Indeed, here it is. Well, despite this very strong headwind, I'm still doing 24 kilometers an hour. I'll be relieved to get into the shelter of those trees. Well, I'm 25 kilometers into my ride now, and probably about 5 or 6 kilometers of it was directly into the headwind, and the e-bike on those sections was absolutely great. However, I've turned with the wind now. I can easily exceed the cut-off speed for the e-bike motor. Therefore, it's of absolutely no help whatsoever. One could argue it's even a disadvantage because it has the extra weight of the motor and the batteries and the extra drag, although it's very small, of the motor. I've now done 37 kilometers and the last kilometer or so is going to be back into a headwind. Although luckily to the right here I have all these trees which is protecting me from the worst of the wind. As you can see, and probably hear, it's still quite windy. And I'm sitting in a relatively sheltered spot. Now, one of the things e-bikes are good for are going up hills. However, as I live in a relatively flat area of the country, I don't have that many hills. So my version of hills is the wind. And today I tested my e-bike out, my Orbea Gain M2 in those winds. So how did the e-bike do? Well, pretty good. It helped particularly where there were strong headwinds. As you might expect, when I turned around and the wind was behind me, the e-bike didn't help very much. So in terms of the assistance the e-bike gives, I'm going to say it is less significant than the wind. That's probably because the e-bike cuts out at 25 kilometers an hour and the wind doesn't. So do I recommend an e-bike when it's windy? I think if you're going into the wind for any significant portion of your ride, the answer is yes. From me, for now, it's goodbye.